Hi, folks. Anahata Graceland here with Royal Frenchel Frenchies, Arturo Celleri,
Hi,
my
everybody.
right paw. And we've got a great show today. I'll tell you, we've done some really incredible preparation for today. We, of course, will go over a few things with you. Then we're going to show puppies and just have a great time. We don't have a visitor today, which makes it just really rich for us to be able to share some things about um, uh, some very, very excellent supplements that we use here at our kennel and that we recommend. And we're going to go in depth about why they're so fabulous and why they're not the scammy kind of supplements that look so good on the market, but actually are faking you out with a lot of vitamin B that gets peed out, but your dog has a lot of energy as a result of getting the vitamin B, or other things that they put in that are super cheap that make you think your dog had a great response but actually doesn't do anything for your dog. It doesn't do anything for its growth, its body, its health, or longevity. And we're all about that. So anyway, I wanted to let you know that. Um, so Arturo will start talking about that in a few minutes. But first of all, I wanted to, first of all, I'm going to get my hair in place. Um, uh, First of all, I wanted to just share with you again, I always show you guys my
It's a scoop.
special
Oh, we have a special
oh,
guest, actually. I
awesome
did. She showed up.
Robin
I'm so
Taylor.
excited.
Hey Robin, how fun to have you here.
Hi,
I don't
Robin. You
what
have to turn your video on. There you go. I'm going to
she's
introduce
coming on here.
you. Hey.
Oh my gosh, how fun. You have to unmute. Give it just a moment.
There we go. We're driving in the car.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Well, how fun to hear you.
yeah.
Robin is actually a vet. Why don't you tell a little bit about you, Robin? That'd be great.
So I'm not sure who I'm talking to here,
Everyone
but
on YouTube.
We're live.
okay. Well, I am a both a retired veterinarian and a retired veteran. I spent 21 years in the Air Force. I retired as a colonel, so I've had kind of a different career. I did a lot of public health and some things I can't tell you about. I was blessed to be a commander several times. So instead of running veterinary hospitals, I ran human hospitals several times. So that was quite an experience.
Wow.
But when I retired, I came back and said, the medicine has changed a lot in the last 20 years, but the pieces and parts have not. So I still help with surgeries at a local clinic, and I provide counseling, and I am now a breeder as well. I breed rare colored Yorkies. I own RomanEmpire Yorkies, and it is a generational organization. My son and my grandsons all work with me, and we fund a self-funded rescue so that we can save dogs out of war zones. So we use our military expertise to my background in that, and then I also support people who have PTSD, whether they are children or adults. So we place a lot of dogs into emotional support or full service medical dogs in that arena. So those are my passions. My daughter was learning disabled, and then I have PTSD from the military. So I'm very passionate about serving in all of those capacities.
Oh, what an
Well,
honor to have you here, Robin. Really, I
Thank you.
I just enjoyed meeting you so much and really, the word love keeps coming to me. And so I feel so much love for you. And I know that may sound odd because I just met you, but hey, I'm a dog person. Dog people do that stuff,
we
right?
love each other.
Amen. Amen.
But I just wanted to say, Robin and I and Arturo, we met at a conference, the Paw Tree Dog Food Company, and they have the most amazing supplements and food I've ever seen. And what was so striking to me was someone like Robin who was there, and the way this company operates. I'm telling you, I've been with it for a number of years now, and I have never seen any company as dedicated to the dogs and the people who help place their products in the dog's hands, dogs' mouths, and people's families, because they just have such an empowering way of viewing the world, that love actually can win, and that they can do the right thing and not keep reducing ingredients and faking out people with ingredients to make more money. And once again, Arturo and I came home. We were so incredibly inspired, and of course, Robin was part of that inspiration. So yeah.
I wanted to say, Robin, thank you so much for showing up. I just sent her a note and she just popped right in. I'm so glad. And what I was thinking was, this whole stream is going to be about nutrition and a little bit of education about what's out there. And I was so struck by your story that you shared. So I just want to give context to the audience first. We're going to discuss a little bit a lot of people believe that their vets are nutritionists, and it's a large damaging misconception, because you're expecting your vet to give you good nutritional advice, and they just haven't been trained. And I have stats to share with you, but I want to prioritize Robin's time and let her share a story, because she has a friend who she's had for 35 years, and she really helps us understand it's not about getting after the vets because they're not doing a good job. They're doing the job they were trained to do. But the bottom line is they're not trained. It's like 1 to 3% of their curriculum is on nutrition, and it may even be optional. So they're just not specialists in that. And there are not many pet nutritionists that are certified here in the US. There's actually only 200. That was the recent number I just found. So Robin shared this story to all of us there at the Paw Tree event, and I thought you guys would benefit from it because it's so striking. And the purpose is for you to be informed how to use your professionals best, and who to listen to, really. So Robin, if you don't mind sharing that story, we'd love to hear it.
No, it's definitely a honor for me. Just as a background, I graduated from the University of Florida in 1982, so it was a long time ago, and some things may have very well changed. But the bottom line is, a veterinarian is expected to know everything about all species. That's a lot of coverage when you compare that to a human doctor that not only has one species to pay attention to, but they then focus on one general part of that species. So it's very, very different. So they have a lot of ground to cover in 4 years. You go first for your bachelor's, and then you go into medical school for another 4 years. And now they are starting to specialize more, but still it is a very rapid fire education. And I think it's important to note that if you were going for nutrition for you as a human, you would not expect your general practice physician to be your nutritionist. Yet you go to your veterinarian and put that on your veterinarian. And the truth is, veterinarians are, in general, are no better trained in nutrition than your family practice physician is. And I got about 3 full days of nutrition in vet school. So the difference between me and a regular vet is I then went for another year for a master's in public health. And then I spent another year doing a fellowship in epidemiology, 2 years actually. And then I spent 20 years in the military and in practical lines doing, among many other things, food inspection, so that I had that baseline experience in the food facilities and seeing what goes on in the actual industry. So I have a very different background than most veterinarians. So now for the story. As I told you, go in and help out at a local clinic. And the veterinarian that I help has been a friend for 35 years. She also takes care of a lot of the clients that buy puppies from me. And one time, one of my puppies got very ill. And although I counsel my clients to call me first, this particular client did not. They rushed the puppy into the clinic. and the clinic took care of the puppy. And they immediately abruptly changed the puppy's food to what they had in the clinic. They took a dog who was on, I know, they took a dog who was on Paltry, and Paltry is a very, very high grade food with no toxins in it. The dog food industry allows many ugly things like euthanasia solution and multiple toxins. An animal legally that's used to go into dog food can be dead for up to 3 days, and still be okay to go into the dog food. So there can be very high bacterial loads in that dog food before it's processed. And it can have many other chemicals besides euthanasia solution in it. It also, other dog foods have corn, soy, and wheat as vegetable fillers, which are very inflammatory and allergen causing. Pottery has none of that. And then they use animal fillers, which include things like feathers, yes, feathers, beaks, toenails if it's chickens, and beef, it would be the hides, the hooves, the some bone, but any part that would normally end up in the garbage can is what they use to grind up and fill the bag with, to that is used simply as bulk. Well, my puppies have never had any of that, and they have definitely never had pork. Well, what they did was grab the standard in veterinary medicine for a sick puppy, and that's the can of urgent care.
Right.
And they opened it up
I'm
and
gonna show a picture of it. Hold on. So you can actually see the ingredients while we do this. So here it is, and there's the ingredients.
Cheese.
and what's very important is when you actually pick the can up, it's very nice of you to give those ingredients in some readable form. When you pick this can up, trying to read the ingredients is almost impossible.
Right.
Because they are so small. And on the what you can read in large enough print is with chicken. That's what it says on the front of the can, large enough to read. But if you notice on the back, it's water, turkey giblets, pork liver, chicken, and then corn are the top 5 ingredients. So you take a pup, and remember, top 5 ingredients normally make up 98 to 99% of anything in a dog food.
Yeah.
So you have now taken a puppy who has never had any pork or any corn or ever in its life, and never a animal that has been processed or allowed to have chemicals in it or has been dead for days, and a very, very, very clean food, nutritious food, and give them this, and they're already sick.
I've got to.
And guess what happened to my puppy? It not only was sick, now it was in complete metabolic crisis. It was way sicker than it went in. It had to be put on IVs. It had to be completely taken off of food. It absolutely, totally crashed, almost died. And it took me over between 2 and 3 weeks once I got it out of the hospital to get its stomach back to where it could eat regular food again. So, and it has taken me up to a month to fix a lot of puppies that go in. And sadly, I've had several puppies pass away at vet clinics from this abrupt change to these urgent care, and they go in mildly ill and from a vaccine, very frequently from being given a vaccine
Right, right,
that is too high a dose or too soon. That's another common error. But they go in mildly ill and they very quickly are intensely ill from being abruptly, from having their food abruptly changed.
right,
So I now teach my clients how to make wet food out of Pottery's dry food.
right.
With pottery is to be suggesting to them that over the next year to 2 years that they develop a canned food for puppies that would be appropriate to give if they are not feeling well, or just a canned food, because when a puppy doesn't feel well, they don't want to eat dry food.
Yeah.
That, you know, that we would be able to start them, and have something to fall back on that we can send a client into a vet with. Um,
You know,
a lot of people
Robin,
don't know as much as I do about making formulas.
Robin, I'm telling you, this is just such vital information. I'm so grateful that you're here with us. I have had this experience. I cannot tell you how many times. This last year, I lost two dogs because of that very experience. When I was in the hospital, and I wasn't the one here, and the other was a customer that took their dog to the vet, and I really impressed upon them how important it was to make their own mix for their dog food before they take them to the vet. Every vet I work with knows that they are not permitted to give my dog anything whatsoever without my approval. They are not allowed to feed it anything. I send food to the vet with
Yes.
them, and I give them instructions on how to do it. And if we need to make it break it down and make a soft food out of it, we do that, because it's critical. People do not
Yes.
understand the weight of that in a puppy system or a grown dog system who's ill. If they've never had all that junk you just named, all those toxins and all that bacteria and all that garbage, and then they're sick and you give it to them, their whole system goes into shock, and
Yes.
they just can't do it. They don't have the extra vitalization to deal with it, and it's really, really sad that so many veterinarians, and then what they do is blame the breeder. And
Yes.
so often, I cannot tell you how many veterinarians, unfortunately, they don't understand the process, and they end up suggesting that the breeder somehow wasn't right on or something, and it's really
Yes.
difficult. We do a lot of education of our customers before they ever get their dog. They must allocate a minimum of 1 hour to us to do an education on the food and this very topic. So I'm so
Yep.
grateful to hear you share. Wow. Folks, this is really an expert talking. And, we're so grateful that we're surrounded by people like Robin in the world, and that she's having such an impact on so many dogs, and that she's part of the pottery organization. She also not only feeds her dogs pottery, but she educates people all the time, like she is here, because it is so vital. Just like with us humans, if we're eating junk, we die young. We don't do well. We get cancer. We get all these ills, all sorts of things, just like dogs. Dogs are no different, no different at all. They really
Absolutely.
require that stuff. So one of the things that is such an early killer of dogs is plaque. Everybody says they're gonna brush their dog's teeth, and then they actually don't. I can't as a breeder, and there is a product right now that we've been using for the last month. Let's see, about a month now, and I cannot tell you the difference it's made. We're going to be taking pictures and showing you. We have the original pictures of day one, and we're going to be taking pictures of day two. Month 3. So we're going 3 months and we're going to take pictures, and we're going another 3 months and taking pictures. But the results already are incredible. Absolutely incredible. This is a dog whose breath was just horrible. He had plaque buildup. His gums were all swollen. Now the gums are down. He's lost half the plaque, maybe like a third of the plaque on his teeth already. And his breath smells very doable now. Like he doesn't
Bad to
miss
doable.
hugs anymore because his breath is bad.
Yeah. Hey, Robin, I just want to I just want to make sure if you're free to join us for the rest of the show, and if you have more to share,
But we
you can,
know,
but we know if you have to go, that's fine. And we have other, you know, we're going to keep diving in, and you could add in if you'd like.
we'd love it.
I'll,
But
I'll stay as long as I can.
Well, let
okay,
me,
good.
I'm going to share my screen because I just want to.
Well, one thing
Oh,
I
you-
want to do if I can,
Okay.
and then I'll turn it over.
Okay, go
to you.
ahead.
But Robin, people don't understand the weight of bad teeth on dogs.
Mhm.
They, they really don't. They don't understand that it shortens their lives, that it goes directly to the brain when they get an infection. All of these really important things about teeth. And so I would love for you to share anything about that. And then we're going to go into immunoshrooms, which I am a huge fan of. So people stay with us. This is a really valuable show. Please stay with us.
Yeah, so this is I just put this image up for you also. She's talking about how dangerous poor tooth or dental health is, and I don't think people really ever connect to it. So it's not just about the teeth. The infection goes inside right into the head of
To the blood.
right into the bloodstream, right? And it affects the liver, the kidneys, the heart. You can get bone infection. An extreme case would be sepsis, where the dog's blood is completely infected, and diabetes. So you can see how the plaque starts to cause inflammation around the teeth, right? And then the tartar builds up, and then it gets more red. And you can see how that red starts to spread until suddenly you have severe gum and tooth disease. So that's the current situation. And the stats are, Robin, do you have anything to add to that? Because as a vet?
Yes, I think that one of the things that makes me the saddest with tooth health is that people never really understand. Veterinarians fail, probably out of kindness, but to help people understand what their last dog passed away from, so
Right.
that they can correct their behavior for their next dog. But the truth is, especially in these toy breeds, most toy breeds have really, really bad teeth before they're even 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And that tartar, that plaque and tartar is not hundreds of bacteria. It's billions
Yeah.
of bacteria. And every single time that they chew, they shower billions of bacteria directly into their bloodstream. And one of the first stops, one of the very first stops, are the heart valves. And if I had $1 for every time a toy breed dies of chronic heart failure,
Amen.
I would be a wealthy woman. And most of the people whose little dog died of heart failure never understand that the reason that dog passed away from chronic heart failure was because its teeth were never cared for properly from the time it was a puppy.
Yep.
And if they had, they would have done everything they could have to have changed that, because they loved that dog very, very much. They just didn't know, and they didn't understand. And then they go out and buy another toy breed and
Yep.
do it all again. And the vet never explains to them, because they don't want to make them feel bad or whatever their reason is. I explain it to people, because you can't change your behavior until you know it's bad.
Right. Folks,
And
there's a link below.
to
There's
me,
a link below, folks. A link below that you can go to our website and you can connect with that. You can contact us anytime personally. We'll help you customize a food plan, a supplement plan, and we will get you that plaque control because this stuff is amazing and it's completely healthful. It doesn't do anything harmful anytime, long periods of time on it, years and years. It will do nothing but help your dog survive longer and protect it from this type of horror that they go through from ignorance.
the only caveat to that is hyperthyroidism.
Right.
If your dog has
Thank you.
hyperthyroidism, you do not want to give it plaque control, or you want to work with your veterinarian very carefully because it does have iodine in it, and we want to make sure that people know that.
That's
But
right.
fabulous product. And if it were up to me, every dog and every cat on the planet would
Yep.
be on this. It
I'm
is
with you 1,000%.
inexpensive. Yeah, it's expensive and it actually works. And that it's just amazing.
Yeah, I'll say something about the product because it deserves a little bit of history. Um, the tooth or dental care historically was misled by the whole milk bone falsity that eating milk bones was good for your dog's teeth. And I think there was a big campaign in the
Yeah.
past. So people got it in their minds that like chewing on milk bones was somehow good for their teeth, and then kibble chewing was good for your teeth because it would remove the tartar. And now chews are good for their teeth because like dental chews because it works their teeth and removes the tartar. And so what Pottery came up with their nutritionist is something completely out of the box, which is revolutionary, frankly. And what it does is it works within the bloodstream. They get organic Scandinavian kelp off the coast of Scandinavian kelp, fresh kelp. And the kelp actually has iodine in it. So when she says it has iodine, it's not like it's fabricated. It's natural iodine that occurs that lives in its organic form in the kelp. When the body ingests the iodine, the thyroid has a response to it. The thyroid produces a biochemical in the bloodstream, which then changes the chemistry of the saliva.
Right.
So it's happening from the inside out. It's not like trying to scrub your brush. It's not trying to brush your dog's teeth, which the stats say 95% or even higher people do not do that, which is why it's a big problem. It works from the inside out. So all you have to do is give them that what do we call it? The bite, the what do you call it, Robin?
It's a little bite of the medic of the a
What's
plaque control
Plaque control, they
not
call it a
medication.
chew. They call it a
a
chew,
chew, the
but
chew.
what's
That's right. I keep trying to
interesting,
remember that.
what yeah, they call it a chew, but the interesting thing is they don't have to chew it. They can
Right.
gulp it and swallow it whole. And
Yeah.
so I wish they had a different name. I wish they called it a drop, like they call
Right, right.
the salmon oil drop, because people get hung up on the fact that they have to chew it. They actually don't. A lot of the bigger dogs swallow them whole. That's
Yeah.
okay
Yeah.
because it just has to be ingested and the body will absorb it and it will work.
Absolutely. So it's amazing. So it's a completely out of the box, out of the current understanding of dental care. It's the only one of its kind. So that's why we're so excited about it and to see it work. Additionally, what did I want to say about it? Oh, the nutritionist who came up with the product, we met her also on this trip. And she had something really interesting to say, as she's a young woman who has been creating, really looking to improve pet health. And she came up with formulas and would present them to industries to produce them. And most of the industries, or everyone pre-Pawtree, would adapt the recipe or the formula to have it be more profitable and work for their market. And at the end of it, she called it some glorified treat that really was missing the point of which she formulated it for. Until she found Roger at Pawtree,
Morgan.
Roger Morgan at Pawtree, She had not met any company who was willing to do exactly what her formula said that would retain the quality and integrity so that it actually worked for the dog. So that's what you're getting here now.
Yeah.
Is that. And then it goes back to this the what we started with, which was there's veterinarians and there's nutritionists. And it's really important that you're getting your information and support from nutritionists who have gone through the study and who have become board certified and are there to support your dog's health. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the next product that I wanted to share about today and was hoping to hear more about, or to give our viewers a really good bite of information about, is the immunoshrooms. People, I want you to understand something, and that is that when you have a strong immune system, you can be exposed to some things in life and you don't catch it. You don't get the illness. You don't get the bacteria doesn't have the same effect on you. You know, the higher the immune system, the more rugged and capable it is, the more protected you are in the world. Well, this is true for our dogs also. And my little girl is on plaque control. She's on immunoshrooms. She's on everything that, and her, of course, the food, et cetera, that we share. She's on a lot of the raw food. And Patri has an amazing raw food line. But she never gets anything. We have gone everywhere. She travels everywhere with me. I'm telling you, the stuff is amazing. And I just really want you to hear about some of the science and hear from these two wonderful people who are sharing about it.
Well, I'll start by saying, one of the things to understand about the effect of mushrooms is there's a classification called adaptogens. And if you look up adaptogens, you'll see that there's a lot of data saying it's not science backed. So I just want to share my perspective of not science backed data, because first of all, I've taught chemistry for years, and one of the first things I would share with my students is, look, I'm going to share everything with you and just know that this is the past. What I teach you is all the past, and there is probably new information and data that is evolving now that could potentially discredit everything here, because everything that is truth at once was unknown, okay, and unseen. And that is the nature of real science, is to acknowledge that there is so much unknown and there's more unknown to discover than what we know. And you always have to frame it that way.
Yeah.
So when you go look and you see, when there's pioneers creating wonderful things for humanity in a climate that has corporate interest and lobbying and a pharmaceutical industry that controls the market, you better damn well know that they're controlling the kind of reporting that goes on that is informing the public about its benefits. Especially in our country, we have a lot of control over the quality ingredients and supplements that we take that could be transformational for your health, let alone your dog's health. And that's just real, and just do a little research and you'll see it. So adaptogens basically are supplements or nutritional additives that you can add to your diet that help balance your systems, that help restore sort of homeostasis in your body. So you have all of your auto-regulatory functions in your body, and they have to be if you just try to, you think of an engine, right? An engine has to work in harmony, but you think of your body. There are billions of processes happening in harmony at the right time, exactly how it has to be, have everything function, have you process information. All of those systems, when they operate in a harmony, is called homeostasis. It's your body is humming, it's doing well, right? So when you have adaptogens go into your body and help to restore and balance those things. So when you have an immune system, the actual mushroom product is an immune system modulating product. Modulating, not stimulating. Meaning if your immune system is overreacting, it'll calm it down. If it's underreacting, it'll stimulate it.
And let me just add one thing. And understand that in the immune system, there isn't one organ.
Right.
It's cells that are are like rivers between all the organs throughout the body. And so go ahead. So it's really important that this homeostasis, that this intervention to help stabilize and lift the system really be taken seriously, because it affects all the organs. It affects everything.
Right. So the premise that we have so many dogs that go to vets for allergies, right? So if you consider allergies, I'm sure people watching, most of you know, so either your dog has an allergy or someone's dog you know has an allergy. It is a chronic condition, and it's primarily due to the food quality that goes into the gut and then causes inflammation and then imbalances in all those autoregulatory systems. So when you add a mushroom combination like immunoshroom, which has 5 of the top like medicinal mushrooms, which we'll look at after, it does that modulating effect. So when you're having an allergy, many people don't understand that an allergic response is an overreactive immune system. The body is perceiving threats and going and sending all its protectors to it, and then you get this histaminic response, this overly congested and overly active response from the body. So the mushroom, the immunoshrooms helps modulate that. So that's one benefit on top of the many other benefits that it does.
Yeah. So let's see what Robin
Yeah,
has to
Robin,
say about
anything you want to add to that?
It's
I think you did an absolutely excellent job. That I am going to be changing what I use as my core supplement for all of my dogs based on this year. I love the fact that you said, if you're a real scientist, you understand that it's constantly changing, and we do the best that we can. And every year I always tell my documents that I write for them, it's a living document, and I am always updating when I get new information, when I am always going to my clients stay in touch with me over the years, because I don't just sell them a puppy, I support them throughout the years, as I'm sure you do as well. So those, and that's a part of Pottery that I do. I will be moving away from giving all of the individual supplements like GastroPro Plus and salmon oil drops and joint support plus, and doing them individually at therapeutic doses, and moving to recommending that they all get a 10-in-1 multi-system vitamin that literally gives something to 10 major body systems at a maintenance dose, and then immunoshrooms to support the immune system in general, and then plaque control.
Right.
So that gets my things that I had in my contract, where I reward my clients for doing the right care, are actually going to be changing based on what I learned this year at PawFest, of the importance of the 10-in-1 and the immunoshrooms. I used to look at immunoshrooms as a more therapeutic supplement. I definitely used it when I had an older dog in need, a cancer patient. It's phenomenal to use when you have a truly out of sorts dog. But what I didn't get the concept of until this PawFest and our wonderful nutritionist is it is an incredible overall maintenance immune system helper.
Yeah.
And that reframed my thinking of the use of immunoshrooms. I was only using it as a therapeutic treatment for severely debilitated animals.
Yeah.
And I missed a lot of the importance of immunoshrooms. And I think with the 10-in-1, that's going to be my go-to as the baseline for
Let's
general
talk
health.
about that, because that's another the vitamin product that Robin is referring to is the third thing that we suggest to our customers now as a result of this conference as well, is the 10-in-1, and this is a phenomenal product. Robin, would you like to share a little bit about that? Whoops, it looks like we may have lost her there for a second. Let's see if she comes back on. And if not, this is
I had, can you hear me?
now we can. You
Okay.
blacked there for a few moments. The moment I asked you the question, then you blocked out. So if you wouldn't mind starting over.
Okay. About a year ago, I sent all of the documents that I give to my puppy parents to the CEO of Pottery. And Roger Morgan said, he read them all. And he said, Robin, why do you send your clients to another company for a supplement?
Yeah.
And I said, well, Roger, I have to, because you don't have a vitamin. And I take vitamins myself. And I believe that my dog should take a vitamin too. And he looked at me and I said, I don't want to. I'm waiting patiently for Pottery to have a vitamin, but I send them to the next best place. I want organic. I want the best that there is, but I'm going to send my clients somewhere else until you have something better. And
Right.
he said, point taken. And and what I love about him is he listens and he acts. And he is here to do the right thing for the animals. And what I can tell you is I was a very, very, very happy person with the vitamin that I had. It was an outstanding vitamin. But I will be changing because Potteries is now better.
Yeah.
And that is a very important thing. I want the best for my animals, not second best. So is the other one good? Absolutely. But I want the best. And the difference is they went at this with the absolute point of getting maintenance appropriate dose levels for all 10 major body systems and or actions. The last two are really for overall wellness, health, function.
And
But
folks, let me tell you that when she says maintenance levels, she's talking about actual support for what veterinarians find. I think it's 82 to 85% of the issues that people bring their dogs to the vet for are
yes,
all handled by this. It's not just a vitamin. So Robin will share,
correct.
and then
Yeah,
we'll
85%. It's
85%.
85% of the reason that people bring their dogs to vets. This one overall supplement, which is very reasonably priced, addresses them. And I think it's really important, if I can throw this in. I have over 30 Yorkies between my kids, grandkids, and me. And the only thing that my Yorkies have gone to the vets for, and this isn't because I'm a vet, because I'm not licensed anymore. I have to take my dogs to the vet. But the only thing they have gone into the vet for in the last 3 years is for shots or an emergency, like they have to have a C-section.
Right.
My dogs are
Here.
not sick. We don't have chronic problems. And I attribute that 100% to I spend my money on wellness. My
Yep.
dogs are healthy. And that
Same
is,
here.
I want them to live their best life.
We have the same exact situation here. When I started pottery, my vet bills went down. You're not going to believe this. It's really true, folks. I did the financials on it. Our vet bills went down 80% in
Yep.
6 months.
I believe that.
And so all the digestive issues, the allergies, we don't have one dog with allergies anymore. And I have Frenchie crossbreed. Royal Frenchels is a Frenchie crossbreed. These products are really remarkable, and the dedication of the team that brings them out is phenomenal. They're real people with real families, real dogs. They don't do all the corporate stuff. They were even, I mean, he's chased by big box companies like Walmart, or all of the big companies want pottery in their companies, and he won't do it. He says, nope, person to person. That's how we do it. And it's one of the fastest growing companies in the country. Been going 10 years and not one recall in 10 years. They test every single batch of food, every single batch of anything they produce. It's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. Real stuff. And I'll tell you, I was so suspicious in the beginning because I had done a 2.25 year study of dog food. And I'm telling you, the things that Robin shared at the very beginning, I saw. And I mean, I saw pictures. I wanted to vomit. It was so heartbreaking. And then I met someone in pottery, a woman named Kathleen Langsdale, and my journey began. And I was so suspicious that I actually bought myself tickets and flew myself to Dallas, Texas, and met Roger and met the team. I spent 3.5 days there. And when I came back, I put my entire kennel on pottery on that day, and been on it ever since. We have no allergies anymore. Nobody's having digestive issues. Our poop is easier to pick up. It's phenomenal, really phenomenal.
Any chance to get the dogs put up so
I agree wholeheartedly. That's exactly my findings 100%. And that's, the reason I went to pottery was 100% for the products. And I have never, ever looked back. I've never been disappointed. And my clients beg me for the product, and they listen very carefully and they stay with it. It's been absolutely the best thing for Roman Empire Yorkies that ever happened.
And
My clients couldn't be happier.
folks, I want you to know Robin's Yorkies are really phenomenal. You should see pictures of them. Go to her website, Roman Empire Yorkies, and check them out, because she has blue-eyed Yorkies, folks. I mean, what she's done genetically with her lines is phenomenal. It was really fun to see. And man, if I was into Yorkies, I would go nowhere else.
Yeah.
Absolutely nowhere else.
Yeah, we're lucky to have two amazing breeders here. It was fun. I was there when they met, and she's like, Anahata was sharing about her Royal Frenchels, and Robin's like, I do the same thing in a certain way. And they were so like-minded in their mission and purpose to create healthy, vibrant, loving dogs that have great lives. And
meet the needs of people today.
Yeah,
and that's one of the most important things. People in apartments can't have great big huskies anymore and do things like that. They need dogs that they can actually live with and take with them, and that enjoy that. And Robin's dogs do that. My dogs do that at Royal Frenchel. So Roman Empire Yorkies, don't miss it. It's really, even if you're not into Yorkies, go see it, because it's really phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. I have got to go. You can see that they turned the lights out on me, and it's about 100 degrees out here in Texas, so I'm dying.
Well, sweetheart, thank you.
This has been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Nice to see you, Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Wow. What a gift that is to have Robin with
Oh
us
my God.
today, right?
Oh my God.
And you are amazing. I just love it. Every time you talk about all of this, your teaching, your professorship background and your
Yeah.
knowledge and chemistry and all of the things that you know.
Yeah.
We're so blessed by it, Arturo. I
Thanks.
really want you to know that. I'm
Yeah.
so grateful, really grateful for it, folks. And yeah, I don't know if you had anything to add, but we have puppies to show. And while Gigi's getting the puppies, I wanted to just review with you our wonderful thermos. And of course, I bring it up every single show because I absolutely love this. Arturo closed it and tightened it.
It's got
But
food in it,
whoops,
that's
I'm
why.
sorry. We just
From our
got back
trip.
from our trip. So we had food in it today and we have water. The second one is for water. The second bowl is for water. You fill it up. You can drink from it at the same time as your dog. So it's a really fun bonding moment. I know it's just useful and it's super, super functional, but I always talk about it with people because for me, it's a bonding ritual. In the car, when I go places and I'm out at town and things like that, you just get used to it with your dog and they love it. And both of you have a drink at the same time. And a lot of times I'll put something of a snack that I can eat, like some chicken pieces and cheese. And then I can eat some and the dogs can eat some. And then they get their water, I get my water. Everybody's hydrated and stays well. So I really want to just bring your attention to it again. The link is down below. It's on Amazon. It's called Tail Wagging Love is our store. And yeah, we'd love to see you and love to hear from you and have you get one because or more than one. I have three. I have one in my car, one in the house, and then I have one for travel, so I'd never forget it. So yeah, okay. So
Right.
let's show pups. I'm going to let
Yeah.
you do that today because my hand is bothering me a lot today. Folks, I'm going to end up with a little surgery on my hand. And
We're gonna have Gigi share some pups.
oh, good. Gigi's coming. Yay. So Gigi is my goddaughter, and she also works full time in our kennel. She is the head of what we call our Love Bucket training team, which is every puppy in our kennel receives an hour a day, 6 days a week of a special kind of training. It's called Love Bucket training, and the reason why it's called that is that it focuses in on um, uh, uh, a, a way of igniting the brain for relationship. So over the years, over 50 years of my breeding, I've found what works to help a dog ready into and focus on human relationship. And so Royal Frenchels are known for how phenomenal they are as service dogs of travel, how they get along with everybody. And I really believe that the Love Bucket training we do here is a huge part of it. So Gigi, you can share. This
Hello.
little guy here, oh my God.
This is Basil.
This
He
is
is
Basil.
one of my personal faves. If I were to take a puppy home, he would be in the top 3 for me. He's very, very gentle-hearted and sweet, and he loves to play. He loves to be part of the group and part of the party wherever it is. But he's really tender-hearted, so if like his feelings get hurt, he hangs on to it for a little, and then you give him a love, and he gets all better. But
Aw,
yeah,
let's
very
show him his
gentle heart.
backside and everything. So this is little Basil. And Basil has a mark here. See this mark here? The original Grande Dame 24 years ago was named Diva. She was the Grande Dame of Royal Frenchels. And lo and behold, and you can also see a pretty little heart above. It's a little bit wonky, but it's really cute.
Yeah.
So Basil is a wonderful boy, and his ears are lifting right now. You can see that it's doing what we call flying. And this is our sweet Ernest coming up.
Ernest.
We have somebody right now who's looking at him, and I hope they're able to get him. They're working at it.
Who's that? You see that? Hi. You're a good boy too. His name fits his personality very well. He's very earnest. I think this whole litter, we just got the best personality of puppies.
I'll show you.
It's
Can you hand me mine? I have a new service dog, folks, that I'm going to be training. I'll show him to you. His name is Baxter. We've showed him on the show before, but I'm just going to show you real quick because he's Ernest's brother. Hi, Baxter. Hi, sweet boy. This is my Baxter.
He's
Go.
also like the most little loving, sensitive
Oh
boy.
God, he's just he's the greatest little fella in the world. Learns so quickly. That's one thing about a Royal Frenchel. They just learn so easily. I just got a note from a customer of mine that got her dog day before yesterday. And she wrote me this morning. She said, I think it really is a dream dog. Like, I can't believe already she's peeing and pooping outside. And then she wrote 9.5 weeks, exclamation point, like 7 of them. And I was sharing with her how important it is to really understand that when you suffer the loss of a dog that you've lived with for years, don't wait. Get a puppy, but get a dog that really matches your lifestyle. It reduces your grieving at least 60%. No one will ever replace anybody we love. We all know that. But you can get one that replaces a lot of the behaviors you were doing, which really reduces your grieving. And it's fun to meet someone new, right? It's just fun. Okay.
What she was saying about their smartness, they are so smart, this whole litter. The other day I was hanging out with him, and in the same room there was another puppy pen. She's like about a month younger than them. And he found out how to get on top of the blanket that was on top of her pen. So somehow he climbed up and wanted to learn and see the little new puppy in the pen. So they're very, very smart, and they yeah.
Oh my gosh. Honey, I didn't realize the time. We've got 5 minutes. So let's show some more pups.
This is Fanny Bell.
Fanny Bell. Oh my God.
Litter. And
Now remember, folks, these are micros, so they don't have that beefiness yet. They take 3 years to get their beefiness, but they are wonderful dogs. You could travel anywhere with them. They get along with everybody. They love children, absolutely adore children. Yeah.
she's a little adventurer and explorer. She's got a little bit of like an independent and strong mind. So I would say out of the litter, she's the most like sassy a little bit, but she's never stubborn.
Really fabulous.
Yeah.
Fun personality,
Yeah.
colorful, entertaining, really fun.
Good girl, Fanny. I know. Is he bringing more puppies?
Hey, Baxter.
Baxter, would you?
You can put him down. I think he has to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me put him outside.
Yeah. You can just put him over there. There's paper there, so he'll go find it.
Good boy. I think Arturo's bringing more puppies.
He's happy to see his brothers and sisters right now because we brought them in. Oh yeah, we've got 2 dogs I really want to show you.
On the website yet.
They're not on the website yet. This little fella. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, pretty boy. This is a little boy, and we're in the midst of naming him. He's so sincere and so sweet and such a dear, dear little soul. And he's a tricolor. He has the white chest, all the traditional markings. He's tan on his legs and feet, and his little behind has a little bit of tan. And he's just an absolute love. I tell you, he's the gentlest soul ever. So if you enjoy this coloration, if you enjoy a Royal Frenchel, a thought of one, this little boy is probably going to be a small, maybe not a micro. I think he's headed towards the small sizing.
This is Serafina. She just started falling asleep in
Yeah,
my hand.
she's been asleep. We woke her up to come in. So,
But she's the sweetest little girl. She's a blue, so she's got really beautiful markings and coat. And she is the
girl, I'll take her.
Oh,
And I'm going to show you our famous dog. Everybody in the world wants to know Gizmo. This is Gizmo. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Oh, I'm so glad to see you too. Isn't that fun? Oh, she hasn't been with me all morning, so this is so fun. You're the best girl. Yes, you are.
Are you a happy girl?
So this is Gizmo, and you know why her name is Gizmo, right? I mean, that's pretty obvious. And she's got a sister too, who is just gorgeous. So, folks, if you're looking for a dog or you're thinking about a dog, consider a Royal Frenchel. Or like Robin before, if you like Yorkies, go to Roman Empire Yorkies too, because they're awesome, but nothing like a Royal Frenchel. They travel so well. They're great for a person who wants to take their dog to work. They're awesome for children. And many people who really don't want children right now in their lives, but really want to have that kind of, intimate, loving, caring relationship, they oftentimes choose a Royal Frenchel. It's really, really common. And then, of course, we've got one more. We've got Teddy,
Say hi, Ted.
right? Whoops. Look out. Look out. You're falling off my lap, little guy.
This is
Here you go. I got to show you guys who's on my lap, okay? This is who's on my lap right now. He's a big boy. This is Paddington. This is my family dog Paddington, and he's a Royal Frenchel, and he's an absolute love. And of course, if you see him on social media, he's a riot. He is so funny. He's just he's very uncoordinated, and he has a great mind of love and care.
That's actually his half brother is Teddy. They're from the
Yeah,
same mom.
this boy is from the same mom. Yeah,
He's a sweetheart. Hi, Teddy. I mean, that's
Teddy's lovely.
yes, every puppy that this mom Esme has.
Put his little eyes up there, because
Patties.
look at his little eyes, how sweet they are. Hi, sweetheart. Look, Teddy. Yeah, I mean, they're just so lovely. And if you go to our website, royalfrenchel.com, you'll see pictures and videos of the dogs. And, contact me. I would love to help you get a dog. Yeah. All right, folks. Remember, these guys live 14 to 18 years too. And the littlest ones, 16 to 20. And my two service dogs this year just died at about 16 and 3/4 and 16 and a half. And they were old time, and they weren't on pottery their whole lives, which this whole show has been about today. I wish they were. They would have lived a heck of a lot longer. Anyway, yeah, listen, thank you all for being with us. Arturo's here. Mwah.
We'll
We
see you
love
next
you.
week.
We love your dogs, and we love your cats, and we wish the very best for you. Don't forget, pottery is great for cats also. Most products in pottery are also good for cats as well. Look below for the links for the thermos, and for your thermos, and for the dog food info, and please contact me for anything that you might need that I can be supportive of.